Hey, how's it going? I'm Padge from Bullet for My Valentine. In this Rock House program, we're going to go through some techniques that make up my signature style. So let's grab your guitars and let's get crazy. Okay, before we start, we're going to tune up. In our songs, we use two different types of tuning. We use D tuning and drop C tuning. Best way to tune up is with an electronic tuner. If you don't have one of these, you can go to the website and use the one off there. I'm going to show you D tuning first. Here we go. First string. Something you need to know about D tuning is very similar to standard E tuning, but every string is tuned a full step down, which is 2 frets. So that's D tuning. Okay, now we're going to talk about drop C tuning. It's exactly the same as D tuning, but the 6th string is tuned an additional full step down, so that's an extra 2 frets. We use this tuning. It's great for just straight power chords or inspiring for different sort of riffs and stuff. It just things tend to come out different. So here we go with the drop C tuning. Okay, now I'm going to show you some more scale patterns. These are called pentatonic scales. I'm just going to show you 2 positions first, and if you need the other 3 out of the 5, then you can go to the support site and get them off there, you know. So I'm going to show you in the key of A, the first position. Pentatonic means 5, so there's 5 notes in the scale. Yeah, I'm just going to show you in A, just descending down the entire scale. Start with the 8th fret and 8th fret. So again. The 2nd position, move up 2 frets from the 8th to the 10th. Again. Watch out for the right hand again. We're using alternate picking. You should always, use alternate picking for scales, otherwise you just be... So alternate picking just makes everything easier. So you start with a downstroke. Again on the 2nd position, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And obviously to get the rest of them, just go to the support site and you'll find everything you need. Okay, now I'm going to show you some bends and how to bend. Bends are important for guitar players. You know, they help create great leads, and you know, they're really important for feel and stuff. And you know, you should practice these because bending will help you develop your own style, I guess. So the first one, I'm going to show you 4 different types of bend. The first bend is a double scream bend. 2 notes, the 15th fret of the 2nd string, volume, the 14th fret of the 3rd string. Your finger on the 15th fret of the 2nd string stays there, it doesn't move, but the 14th fret, you bend a full step, sort of like. Slowly. The second bend is going to be a double pump bend, again on the 15th fret with your 3rd finger. Bend a full step to the 17th. And it's good to reference your bends with, if you're bending a full step, then that's 2 frets, so you go to the 2 frets higher, get your tone, your note, and then bend up to it from the 15th. So with this bend, we're going to bend the full step, release, and then slowly back up. It's kind of cool. Good feel factor in that bend, it's great. The next bend I'm going to show is a semitone bend. Slowly. Semitone bend. And the last bend I'm going to show you is it's just an overbend. So you bend the full step and then a little bit more, just to get that horrible sort of nasty sort of sound. Here we go. So watch your fingers with this one, because it really digs in, and you can do yourself no good sometimes. So be careful. But you bend, I think it's a tone and a half. You can put some schmoz in there as well. So that's 4 bends. Check them out. Okay, now I'm going to show you some scale patterns. They are 7 note per scale patterns. I'm going to show you 7 positions up the neck. You're starting on the 3rd fret. If you want to follow along with the tablature, you can follow along with the tab. We're going to start on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Alternate pick. Always remember to alternate pick these. The second pattern, these are all in the key of E minor. Third position. Fourth position. the 5th position, starting on the 10th fret. Sixth position, 12th fret. Seventh position on the 14th fret start. And then the 8th position is going to be an octave of where we started, so, you know. Okay, so I use these scales to create leads and, you know, lead breaks and so on. Memorize the scales, learn them, reverse them, so go backwards, go forwards, turn them inside out. You know, just fool around with them, and, you know, you should be well on your way. Okay, this is the intro section for Four Words to Choke Upon. I'll play it to speed first, and then we'll break it down slow. And then you repeat. So slowly, you start here on the 2nd fret of, on the 15th fret of the 2nd string, sorry. And then your 3rd finger is on the 17th fret of the 1st string. So you just one fret higher. And what you notice, I'm kind of releasing every now and then on each string, just to cut out the buzz or the, you know, the double note sort of crap. So that's the 20th fret on the 1st string. So the only thing you're moving is the 1st string. You know, going from 17th to 18th, back to 17th, and then the last one is the 20th fret. The 2nd section, which is a verse, is the lower octave of this exact riff. You just shift it down to the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and the 10th fret of the 2nd string. One fret up. But you don't, you just shift between these two notes. And then the verse. On the verse, I've got a really slight mute on the third string, just to stop any extra buzz. Just kind of resting my hand ever so slightly on it. So we'll play with the tape now. Okay, now we're going to talk about some arpeggios. I use these sort of patterns a lot. They sort of three-string arpeggios. Nothing too complicated, you know, no fretboard sort of madness, but just nice and easy. I'll show you in the key of E minor first. Just a three-string arpeggios. Okay, so we're going to start on the 19th fret of the first string, pick down, pull off to the 15th, then 2 strokes up on the 2nd and 3rd string, then back up, so you come down, then you go back up on the 17th, on the 15th of the first, then hammer on back to the 19th. Next shape, I guess, is the 17th and the 14th fret of the first string. Same again, pick down, pull off. So where you got the 17th and 14th of the first string, and then back up. Same position again, just move it down 2 frets. And then the last position, just move down 1 fret. So you got 14th and 11th. Together they sound you can play around with them. You could go up to the 20th fret just to give it some. You know, just fool around with them. Always watch your right hand and make sure you get the technique right. It's, they call swept arpeggios, but Okay, this is the solo, or my solo to Tears Don't Fall. It's the first half of the solo section. I'll break it down into sections slowly. So you're on the 20th fret on the first string, you bar the 17th fret, first and second string. Full bend on the 20th. Full bend on the 19th fret of the third string. Next section is just a pentatonic run down, which is the next section is a A minor arpeggio. Ending on the 8th fret of the third string, which is a flat 5, kind of gives it a diminished sort of sound. Okay, now I'll just play it all the way through. Now we play with the tape. Okay, now I'm going to show you some warm-up exercises. We're going to warm up with it's 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4 sort of pattern. When I say 1, 2, I mean from the first finger to the second. So you just hammer on twice on the first and second fret, to the second fret. Move down to the next string. Down. Then you move up a fret chromatically. Up another fret. Up again. Up again. Second exercise is it's exactly the same thing, just with your third finger. So all the way up the neck until just gets the blood going in your hand. Then the third exercise is the pinky. So you leave 2 frets in between, 4th finger, so 4th fret. All the way up the neck. Make sure you hit the notes precise and let them ring out, you know, make sure they're clean and ring in nice and there's no sort of crap in there. Just all the way up the neck. Just helps get blood to the fingers, helps you navigate around the fretboard and just get used to fretting in general. So perhaps go to the support site, download the metronome and just practice at a slow speed, and eventually build the speed up until you have 4 arms like Popeye. Okay, let's do a chromatic exercise now. Start on the first string with your pinky, playing every note descending. So I'll just show you really slow and then. This exercise uses alternate picking, so be sure that you know, your alternate picking, and be aware, you know, just to coordinate both hands. It's really great. So we start with the pinky on the 4th fret, playing every note descending. Start with a downstroke. Move to the 2nd string, 4th fret. Shift up a fret. Shift up again. Shift up another fret. Also with this exercise, I'm accenting the first sort of note of the kind of helps more feel and coordination with your right hand to the left. You get the idea. So yeah, go to the support site, download the metronome, practice, start really slow and build up your speed over time, and you know, eventually you come up with just speed. Okay, this is the solo section for Say Goodnight. It's the second solo. Our other guitar player, Matt, does the first one, so this is my solo, the second solo. I'm going to break it down into sections, show you each section, and then piece them together, show you slowly, then show you from the tape. So we start here on the 15th fret of the 2nd string. We're going to do a double pump bend, which we showed earlier in the program. Bend full step, release, and then bend back up slowly. Semitone bend. The next section is the double scream. 3rd finger on the 15th, 2nd finger on the 14th of the 3rd string. Then we slide into the 15th. So what we're doing here is slide with the 15th, 1st finger on the 12th of the 1st string. Then you use your pinky on the 17th, pull off. The next section is a scale run, 7-note scale, starting on the 10th fret. Pick every string once. Pull off on the last from the 15th to the 14th. Next section. So 15th and 14th. 17th and 15th. Then we just do a E minor scale on one string, ascending, starting on the 14th fret. So bend a full step on the on the 22nd fret, then 20th fret, 20, 19, and 20 on the second string, ending on the 7th. And again, I'm on the last note. I use my right hand to mute every other string, so I can just let this note ring. Just helps clean everything up, you know. So I'll play the entire thing slow, and then we'll play it up to speed with the tape. Now we'll play with the tape. Okay, that was the intro riff for Screaming Fire. We're going to break it down into two sections. First, you've got a harmonized riff with the main rhythm. I play here. So you're starting on the 10th fret of the 5th string. So 2 chugs, and then back up from 9-10. Then you pull off on the 5th to the open string. Okay, the next section is the tremolo picking part. You start on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. This is all played on one string, so I play with my 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and I use these 2 fingers to dampen the rest of the strings, so you don't get any. So the note that we play in actually rings out more, and the others are dampened. So you got the 9th fret, the 11th fret, the 12th fret, and then the 14th fret on the 3rd string. And the second half is the 9th fret, 11th fret, 12th, and then 7th. So slowly it would be I'll play the entire thing really slow so you can see how it works, and then we'll play it with the tape. on the 9th fret. Now with the tape. Okay, now I'm going to show you the intro lead section to the track Hit the Floor. It incorporates harmony, so there's two guitars playing different notes of the same section, which create harmonies. In a lot of our songs and a lot of our music, we use third harmonies, which are 3 scale degrees above the root note. So if we start in the key of E minor, so for example, if we start on the 17th, you count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So the 15th fret on the first string would be a harmony. 1, 2, 3. Root note, harmony. Okay, so I'll show you my section, and then we'll slow it down, and then we'll play it along to the tape, which has the harmony recorded into it. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so slow it down. We start on the 15th fret, on the first string. Next bit. So. Next section. So. The next section. So I'll play it all together slow. Now with the tape. Okay, now I'm going to break the entire lead section down, show you slow, and then we'll play it up to speed with the track. So, first section, you come in, you bar the first and second string on the 13th fret, third finger on the 17th, and hammer on and pull off between the two. Then you bend on the 15th, but as you're bending, you give a tremolo pick with your right hand. So, you know, all the way up until you get to your note. Then you slide in, 17th fret. Then over that, you come in. Semitone bend on the 17th fret of the 2nd string. Down to the 11th fret on the 2nd string. Then you got a little scale run, starting from the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Then you repeat the last section. Then the last section is going to be a scale run. Ending on the 10th fret of the 1st string. Okay, now I'll play it all together slowly and then with the tape. Now we'll play with the tape. Okay, the next section is about improvising over music. I'm just going to show you how to create, just a piece of music using some scale patterns and positions that we showed earlier in the lesson. Obviously, try not to copy them exactly, just try and make up your own thing. Sort of experiment a little, throw some bends in. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, that's all part of learning. mistakes can be fun sometimes anyway, because sometimes you might fall on something which you didn't think you were going to fall on, but it sounds really cool, so it just changes your frame of mind for that section, which is really cool. But we'll just try improvising over this part. It's a section of a song called The End, and it's in D, so everything you've learnt scale-wise in the lesson, just shift it down 2 frets to D. Okay, so that section is just an improvising section. Go to the support site, download the track, and practice yourself. I didn't know any of that, beforehand. I just kind of made it up on the spot. Take your time, don't rush. If you make mistakes, don't worry about it. Just carry on. Mistakes are cool, and just have fun with it. Improvising should be fun. Making music, creating music. So, just take away, download the track, and have fun. So that was a solo section to Last to Know. I'll break it down into sections, show you slow, and then we play up to speed, So here we go. First section, double pump bend on the 15th fret of the 2nd string. Slide to the 9th, 11th, descend and run. Slower. End on the 12th fret. So I'll play it all the way through. Again, on the last note, I'm muting all the strings apart from the last drum with my hand, so this note alone can ring out on its own. Bit of volume. Okay, so this time I'm just going to play along to the tape, up to speed. Okay, so that was the lead section for Waking the Demon. Gonna break it down into sections for you now. Solos in F sharp. So we start on the 17th fret, full step bend. Release to the 14th. Full bend on the 17th fret of the first string. Then you got this lick, second section. 17, 21. So then a scale run, starting on the 18th fret of the 4th string. So a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay, then there's a tap, 14th fret with your first finger, 17th tap on the 17th. Shift down 1 fret. And then next section is like a sort of descending, sort of sliding, sort of run with pull-offs. Now on the album, I drop the bar, open and then lift the harmonic up, but live, I just kind of behind the nut bending. It's kind of cool. Not a lot of people do it these days, really. You get like a whammy effect, sort of. Next section is the second half of the solo. So we're coming in with a melodic sort of piece. 9th fret, 9th, 5th, 7th on the second. So slowly. Move down, 7th and 4th fret on the first string. Up to the 9th on with the first finger. Back down. So I'll play the section slow. Bend a full step on the 12th to end. So I'll play everything right through slowly, and then we'll play with the tape. Now I'll play with the tape. Okay, the next section I'm going to show is my half of the solo for Her Voice Resides. It's the first half, so I'll show you up to speed, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so this solo's in D, the key of D. Start on the 7th fret, scale run. So 5th string, 7th fret. Then move down to the 4th string. Bend a full step on the 12th fret. Release and then hit the 12th fret of the 4th string. Hammer on trill. Then the tap. You tap on the 17th fret, and your first finger's on the 10th fret of the 1st string. So you just descend. Now we'll play up to speed on the record. Okay, so that was the lead section for Disappear. I'll start by breaking it all down into sections slowly, and then I'll play it up to speed. You just got a E minor scale run up the entire neck with tremolo picking. Overbend. Pentatonic run. These are sort of octaves. Sort of muting the middle note, which is the 5th string. Just mute him so he's not there. Next section is a scale run on the 12th fret. And full bend on the 17th. Up to speed. Okay, now we're going to play it with the tape. Okay, this is the solo section to Eye of the Storm. Just want to talk a little bit about my guitar. It hasn't got a bandana on, it's just a rag. It's a really cool tool, we use it a lot in the studio. It kind of deadens all the strings off, so you get less ring or less sort of ringing out of unwanted notes or strings. Great for arpeggios and keeping things very clean. So just for this section, I'm going to keep this on the guitar so I can show you cleaner stuff, you know. So breaking it down slowly, an arpeggio in E minor. This is a E minor 3-string arpeggio, starting on the 19th fret with your pinky, down pick, pull off, then 2 strokes up, 2 strokes back the other way. And repeat. Again, start slow. Refer to the support website for the metronome. Start really slow. Get the pick in. Get the picking down, and then speed it up to speed, you know, until you get. So that was the first section. The second section, 2nd string, 8th fret, 8th, 10th, 12th. With a semitone bend on the 14th fret of the 1st string. So little scale, little one string scale up. Tremolo pick in from the 12th. Now we'll play it up to speed with the tape. Okay, so that's the Screaming Fire solo. Break it down slowly into sections and then piece it together. So we start with a double scream bend. Tap. And then a scale run from the 12th. Then a double note scream bend again, but in a different position, starting on the 12th. It's actually slightly under on the records. Just gives it a dirty, nastier feel. See, that's... very nasty. Okay, I'll put it all together, but play it slow. Now we play it up to speed with the tape. So that's the Poison solo. I'll break it down for you slow. Starting on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. Hammer onto the 8th. Tap on the 17th. Then we got a string skip. Then a pentatonic. Next section. Next section. Then we got unison bends, ascending up the neck. So I'll play it all together slowly, and then we play it with the tape. Now with the tape. That was a solo section from Deliver Us from Evil. I'm going to break it down now and show you how to play it. So we start with a double scream bend. Pentatonic run up. Slide up to the 13th. And then the arpeggio run. Again. Now up to speed with the tape. Okay, so we've come to the end of the program. We've covered a lot of our material, from solos to rhythms to techniques to scales. I wanted to take it away, practice with it, you know, take your time, don't rush. There's nothing worse than rushing. And, you know, be creative, have fun. You know, music's supposed to be fun. And, you know, hopefully one day I'll see you on stage.